Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Oh, wrestling podcast featuring Matt Zion, Bomber Rap, Scott and Lee, and the one and only Peanut. It's Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Bitches.
She needs to get 18 quick and come to the WWE.
As usual, you're wrong, Bomber. Good night.
Oh, okay.
Everything you're saying is wrong, basically.
That's I mean,
it's not, the action,
in your
the
eyes,
action,
yes.
The southern motherfucker.
I hope Bray Wyatt never comes back, by the way. I hope he just drowns in the lake and never comes back. Definitely.
What's going on, everybody? We are getting closer to WrestleMania. I am Jake, a.k.a. Bomber, and got a couple guys here to talk about what in the world has been going on over the past week. First of all, Peanut. Peanut's here. How you doing, man?
Doing good. I just found out that WrestleMania is around the corner, so
yeah, 3 weeks.
Looking forward to
2 weeks, or I don't know math.
See how that goes.
1, 2.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Glad to be here. I hope the Peanut Club is doing good, and they're ready for another exciting episode featuring their all-time favorite host of all time, Peanut.
Got it. Yeah. First
and
of all,
I hope everyone just enjoyed the brand new theme song, written, recorded, composed, mixed. Any more credits I can give myself, but all that by me. So I'm pretty talented. So thank you guys.
True. We did a little preview.
For the comments.
We did a little preview. God damn you! A couple comments. People shout out to Peanut, and it fucking goes straight to his head. No surprise. But we did a little preview on our stream the other night, and people did enjoy it. I hope you guys. Yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy the new theme song. We had to get Lee and Scott in here eventually. And speaking of Lee and Scott, they're here today. Both outsiders. Lee, what you up to?
Just cringing at how many fucking big bumps Daniel Bryan's going to be taking now that he's back,
God.
the stupid motherfucker.
Oh, okay. Well, look at that. I wasn't the first one to say anything, so there. It's official. It's on record. I was not the first to say anything. Scott, what is going on in your world over there?
It's cold.
Cold.
Still cold.
Cold. Lee, is it cold by you too? Is it all Canada cold? Or is it just, you know?
No, Canada's actually bigger than the U.S., in case you didn't know, and we actually have several regions.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It is not bigger than the U.S. based on where people live.
All right,
No.
well, there we go.
But size is what he's talking about.
Massiveness. And there you go. We have Rab. Rab, what are you doing?
It is not cold at all here. It's actually it was 75 and sunny today, so a little on the chilly side.
75. Well, today it was like 50 for us. Right now, I just looked. It's 46 as of this.
We just got I just got an 8 inches of snow, and then today it all melted because it was like 50 degrees. So that's how spring goes on the northeast of the United States, which is bigger than the Canadians side.
By the way,
border.
if anybody, not you guys though, you guys too, but any of the listeners decide you guys want a vacation in Miami, this is the time to come. Don't show up like a lot of people do in the summer.
Yeah, it's terrible.
This place is awful in the summer. Now is the time.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's sunny. It's at the hottest 75, 76, 77. At the coldest, like 65 degrees.
You got to break out a jacket today,
really
right?
Like this place that I live. Yeah, I had to wear a sweater. It was like 65 degrees. You know?
All right, you and your goddamn sweater weather. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Okay, like I said, we got a lot to talk about just that happened this past week in WWE. So I think the best way to do it is just cover it in chronological order. We'll start with the happenings of Raw, then we'll go on to SmackDown, which obviously I think the biggest news of the week was on SmackDown, but we will get there. First of all, let's go with Raw. There's a lot of topics, and I asked on Twitter at Jobber Radio what were some thoughts people wanted to talk about, and one of them is the Braun Strowman angle. A lot of people are still talking about that. Is he going to get a fucking partner as we're getting closer? Apparently next week it's going to happen, but do you guys legit think he's going to get a partner for WrestleMania? Or do you think it's going to be? You do? You think he's going to get a partner?
Yeah, I think they said they came out supposedly, Kurt Angle, quote unquote, came out and said that he needs a partner, so I don't see why he wouldn't have a partner. I have no reason to believe otherwise.
Well, it is WWE. What do you other guys think? What do you think?
Well, Kurt Angle is a known liar. He did lie to Ronda Rousey to get her to snap after Triple H and Stephanie. So he could be telling a fib. Honestly, I don't give two fucks whether Braun gets a partner or not. It's just a useless waste of him in WrestleMania, and it's kind of pathetic.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Even
I think pathetic is a strong word.
that is. I won't say that.
It is a waste, though.
But
I agree. I agree on that. Pathetic's a strong.
Did you want him in like the Universal title match? Is that what?
I just want him in something that actually matters.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, this
but
is
nothing
kind of
matters.
spur of the moment. This is kind of spur of the moment.
Nothing matters. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, is he gonna have a partner? Yeah. Does he want to? No. They're gonna give him one, and he's not
just
gonna
give him
accept it.
Alexa Bliss. That'd be great.
Yeah.
to do.
It could be anybody
Like,
or anything.
she doesn't have to do anything. Just have her on the outside, so he's quote unquote has a partner.
Like I've heard rumors. We talked about Joe last time. Which I like that idea, but people have said Hawkins or something like that. Like it's going to be either it's good, but it's going to be someone where it doesn't matter,
That'll break the streak.
or it'll be two monsters. Like it's going to be something like that. They're either give him a partner and he doesn't need it, or he just doesn't take the partner.
So
anyway.
you don't think Elias is going to be his partner?
Is Big Show ready to?
To me,
return?
that's the obvious one. To me, the obvious one is Elias.
It's going to be someone who he's fought with, like Elias or Joe or something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised. But honestly, it seems like such a seat of the pants kind of thing. Like, we're having a tag team battle royal. The contenders are going to face the champions. Braun Strowman wants in. Why? What's okay, sure. Braun can do what he wants. I like that part of it, and him not caring and doing whatever he wants. That's neat. But that should be more towards the, hey, Miz, I want your title, or something is more important of someone that is their biggest draw. Like he is one of their bigger draws right now. The crowd loves him.
That's
they
weird.
Do the thing with him. It's a waste in that sense.
Yeah.
So this is very filler. As fun as it may be, it's still absolute filler. I don't like that part.
So do you guys think he's winning?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's gonna be like.
I have a feeling if he wins, he'll lose it the next night, maybe, or something soon after, in some kind of screwjobby way.
I don't think they want to handcuff him with the titles.
But I think if he's in the match, he's in the match. I think he'll win it, and then they'll have him drop it pretty quick.
Truth be told, it's more likely that he will lose because they're mismanaging him to a point where they're having him in this match. They'll probably fuck it up all the way.
I don't think that's a mismanagement. I think it's he shouldn't win, but I think he's going to have a partner, and the partner's going to eat the pin.
Yeah, you're probably right there.
Here's what I think. I think it's going to end up being Elias. And we know him and Elias have been, doing their whole hitting each other with guitars and fucking banjos and whatever the fuck, oboes or whatever the hell they do. But I think it's going to end up being Elias, and something's going to go down, and he's going to fucking beat the shit out of Elias and kill Elias, and yeah, he'll take the pin. That's just what I'm going with.
TLC all over again.
If he is solo, he wins. If he has a partner, he loses. Unless it's like a monster like Joe or Big Show.
That's the other thing.
If he's got a monster partner, they're winning the titles.
That's why I wanted to bring that up.
Or the Ascension. Like there's always that. There's so many ways it can go. I just don't care. It's as fun as it is. It's like just get on with it. I want to see Braun do stuff that matters.
Maybe Mark Henry will come out in a salmon colored suit and go, "I still got some in the tank."
Oh my god. Yeah, but that was
Big
the
Show.
other.
Is Big Show ready to return?
He says he is, but
Oh.
Like, he keeps tweeting stuff, not tweeting stuff, like Instagram and shit out and stuff, but
I heard he was in the doghouse or something. I don't remember why.
Don't you read into that fucking dirt sheet shit. Don't you do it.
Yeah.
Don't do
That's
it.
what we do.
They've decided after 19 years, now they're starting to sour on the Big Show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
I believe
he's being a piece of shit. Okay, well, I guess we'll go on to another topic here on Raw. I know it was super negative feedback when we talked about it last week. John Cena and the Undertaker angle. He called out Undertaker again, no show, no response at all. And then Kane comes out. He asks Kane for the answer, and Kane chokeslams him. So now next week we have Kane versus Cena.
See, they should have just saved that for WrestleMania. I'm sure we've all been waiting for Kane versus Cena.
I mean, do you guys? I know last week everybody was still hated this. You still
don't
I said
care.
I said it last time.
Care.
I said it last time, and I laid out what I would like to see. They're not doing that, obviously, but when Cena's like, "Come on, do some of your stupid stuff, do the caskets, whatever, just give me something," I like it. It's still playing with that fourth wall break a little bit, but then Kane comes out and it's like, "Oh, right, this is wrestling.
This is wrestling.
Well, I've heard that Taker won't be on until the Go Home Raw. Like, yeah, let's have Undertaker on the last one beforehand. Just
If even.
no, just do it. Just fucking do it. Yeah, if even. That's the worst part. It's when wrestling does this kind of stuff, it's the foregone conclusion of where they're going to go. And at the same time, what if they don't? Like, when you just teased everybody for months or years even, depending, for nothing. And instead we're going to get this other thing. So I've said before, I don't like seeing this whole thing of like, if I don't have a match, I'm not going to Mania. No, there's many other ways. Just be like, who wants me at Mania? I'm Mr. WrestleMania. Come face me. I'm the new Shawn Michaels. Like that would have worked even. Anything. But he wants Undertaker. Cool. Taker doesn't answer. Boo. All right.
Lee,
weird.
Are you still sour on it? Are you feeling better about it, or just same shit?
I don't care.
Okay, there you go.
It's just another match I don't want to see. So, yeah.
Well, I do agree with that. The only way I think that, like I said before, that this could be entertaining is if it's American Badass. But then again, with Kane coming out, I feel like that kind of ruins it. I feel like they wouldn't do that with Kane.
Kane's been like supernatural next to Undertaker before when he's biker. They've done that. That's
true. They have their tag teams.
It's okay. Yeah. Brothers Destruction, yeah. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be Biker Taker, but it'll be like real Undertaker. Like it won't necessarily be the biker version again. It'll just be like not gimmicked.
Well, they got
Big Evil,
fully right. Like just like that. Yeah, it's going to be less natural. I'm a man to fight you.
Man, they got Kid Rock there.
Not that gimmick.
I feel like with Kid Rock being there,
I think so too.
I don't know. I feel with Kid Rock being there, they have to.
Oh, he can still come out to it, but it's not going to be like the full on the same thing. It's going to be the evolved.
Yeah.
Literally last ride. They could be promoting it right now as Undertaker's last ride.
Interesting. Interesting.
God, there's so many opportunities they're not doing because I don't know why.
All right. I guess the only other thing that really happened on Raw besides the main event stuff that we'll get to, we had the crazy open to the show where Roman came out, got handcuffed, and then Lesnar came out and beat the shit out of him. Pulled him out on the stretcher. They beat the shit out of him again. Did you guys like this segment? Did you see the segment? What did you guys think about it? Peanut, did you see it? We'll start with Peanut if you saw it.
I saw the YouTube, so pretty much, I saw it.
Well, if you saw it, that's fine.
I'm like lukewarm on the whole thing. Like I think we kind of touched on before. Like we know the ending, we know how it's getting there, so I don't care fully.
So you don't care at all?
I don't know, but that's I think it was a fun segment.
We've been here before, is what I'm feeling.
I thought it was just a fun segment to watch. It was pretty entertaining, and just mostly because seeing Paul Heyman in the background is just it's always good. But yeah, I lukewarm on it. It's the problem with knowing what they're trying to do.
The segment
it's not going to work. Yeah, it's just I'm not excited for this match.
It was fine, but that's I think like Matt. No, like Matt kept saying too. It's fine, but this is the time when fine isn't good enough. It should be like A+ across the board.
I thought it was.
I liked
good.
it.
I thought it was pretty damn good.
I think that we're well into the era of breaking the cardinal sin of not having the opponents interact beforehand. Like having them not made you kind of want to see them actually fight, even if you don't care about the match. You kind of want to see it, and they're going to face off. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, he just beats the hell out of him and suplexes him, and okay. So it took away from it. Now I've seen them fight. Oh yeah, and I already saw it before. And
well, I mean,
the desire for the match was lessened just a little bit with this. It worked against.
He was handcuffed. He was handcuffed.
You guys think they're
he was handcuffed.
They would really try and get like they're really trying to get people behind Reigns, or do you think they're
trying?
No, they're totally going sympathy
this totally backfired.
Reigns, like and we've said many times, don't do the sympathy thing for Reigns. He shouldn't be that guy, and they tried that, and the crowd loved seeing him get his ass kicked.
I will agree with that. It's
like, no, stop that! God, you're doing it backwards. Yeah. It's. So
I disagree with the idea that it lessens it in any ways. I don't think it does. I don't definitely doesn't for me.
It did for me personally. So yeah,
because I don't care anyways. But I don't think it does for the average person. Honestly, I think this is the best segment they've had out of this whole Reigns. I keep wanting to say Brock. This Reigns Brock thing. If only this was Reigns Braun, because that was amazing. But
yeah.
So I have to ask. Lee. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was it was done perfectly well. It's just that the heat is all screwy and no one wants to boo Lesnar against Reigns, and I get why Lesnar's so mad and mean spirited all the time. Has anyone ever seen a picture of his daughter?
No, I have not.
No,
She looks
He has a
just.
daughter?
I didn't even know.
I didn't know
like
he had
him.
a daughter. I thought he had
Yeah, I
eight
thought-
sons.
I
He
thought I
has a-
saw that. I thought it was a meme.
Yeah, one of
Thing.
his sons
He
is
has-
named Tank, for Christ's sake. So.
He has a 15-year-old daughter who looks exactly like him.
Man, she
She's
looks
an albino.
exactly like him.
With the
Yes.
tattoo across her, right up her chest like that, right,
No.
right
Oh,
between.
come
She's
on.
not old enough to get the tattoo yet, I guess.
Oh, you said
But,
15. Never mind. I'm gonna edit that part out. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But anyway, yeah. I don't know.
She got no Sable.
She got none of Sable.
No,
That's
no
unfortunate.
Sable.
No Sable.
I have
All
not. I guess
Brock.
I'll have to look these pictures. I have not seen.
Yo,
seen-
she needs.
Yeah, but did
She-
Sable
she
get
needs
any
to-
of Sable?
That's true. She's all plastic too. So I mean,
She needs to get. She needs to get 18 quick and come to the WWE, because
Yeah.
like
That's all she has
they'll
going for
fix
her.
her up. They'll fix her up.
There's
She
something
might
else,
blossom at some point, but right now she's all.
Brock.
Well, that's good. Then.
All Brock. Wow.
Something else with when Lesnar flipped Roman over, he pushed the stretcher and it just slid. Then he tipped it.
Yeah.
Watch it, and you'll see Lesnar's or Roman's feet caught in the barricade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was like, oh shit, that probably wasn't good.
I
but
think
whatever,
he
it's
thought it
so
was
fun.
going to fall over easily when he first shoved
Oh, yeah.
it, but then he was like, "Oh shit, this thing's heavy duty. Wait a minute."
Also, though, Roman was resisting the police and just attacking them. I get they're going for a Stone Cold thing, but no, you're assaulting police officers. What are you doing?
Oh, he went hardstyle on them guys too. They slow mo. He hit the
there's
fuck out
fighting
of them.
back against jerks, and there's assaulting police officers, and he was
Yeah,
so the sympathetic hero was just beating up cops.
Yeah.
What he-
Stone
no,
Cold was just trying to get to McMahon.
exactly. But I think that's like someone who knows what the story
Exactly.
was, and someone who thinks they know what it was. Oh, it's awesome when he beats up cops. No. He was literally doing that just to fight McMahon. So that's he was just literally not liking being put
Yeah, they
through
touched
the
him.
ropes.
Yeah, they were touching him.
and
He
beat
was
him
like,
up.
"Don't." Yep,
Like that's not your hero.
true.
That doesn't
Well,
work. And then immediately following, have sympathy for this man, the cop puncher. Like, no.
I think that's the one of my main problems with watching a lot of Raw or SmackDown is that it feels like everything we've seen before. Like they're
That's
just
true.
even with
Yeah.
the Rousey. I don't want to jump ahead, but like hearing that they're trying to recreate that kind of feel. Austin and McMahon with Rousey and Steph.
Yeah, that is.
like
It
it's just
absolutely
a
is.
lot of it's just feeling the same.
I'll mention something else, Bomber. This is, you said there's not really much else to talk about on Raw. Speaking of things that were the same, the ultimate deletion was the final deletion.
Wait,
just with
you're
Bray
getting
Wyatt
ahead.
instead.
You're getting ahead.
No, but he was done with Raw. He was
I was
done
trying
with
to
Raw.
I was trying to do a little segue there.
No, so was I. Uh-huh.
No.
But no, Bomber, like, there's more to Raw, is what we're both saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, the only other stuff that really went on Raw, obviously, there was a lot of tag stuff. There was a lot of random tag stuff, which is funny. I think it's kind of ironic that they're having Braun kind of like shit on the tag division, so they're going to have a bunch of tag matches on the show.
They have to make the tag division look
Yeah,
strong.
they had the revival. Apparently, I think this was the first mention of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I think, right? Am I wrong about that?
I think confirmation, yeah. Because
Yeah.
Corbin said he's in it too, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
a thing.
I mean, so yeah, there was just a couple matches here and there, a couple tag matches, blah blah blah, no big deal. Miz, Balor Club, whatever. But so yeah, I guess first of all, let's talk about the non-Rousey on the show. Like there was a package and whatnot, but apparently she was really there. But
Yeah.
she came out during the Ultimate Deletion segment, from what I
Yeah.
saw online.
No, while they aired
like
the
a dark
deletion,
match.
they had a match with Elias and Braun. That was for the live
I
crowd.
didn't know that.
And Rousey came out, and Dana Brooke came out and badmouthed her. She got suplexed in a weird-looking suplex, and that was it.
I saw that one. Yeah,
That was the
Yeah,
most
no, there's footage and
telegraphed
stuff. People have
suplex.
it all.
it was like
That was
almost
yeah.
a
telegraphed
T-bone, but
suplex
like
I have ever seen.
yeah, it was
It was
weird.
it was a neat looking throw,
Sorry,
but it was like
what was that,
doesn't
Rap?
look right.
It was the most telegraphed suplex I've seen. Yeah, it took
Yeah.
a long time to set up.
Yeah, you can tell she's pretty great, and I think that's easily why. Wasn't the original rumor she was going to face Charlotte, right?
Oh, God,
Everyone
no.
thought
Oh yeah,
like WrestleMania main event.
She would main
and
event for
it's-
the title kind of thing.
It's like
she would
clearly
looked awful against Charlotte. She's clearly not ready. If she can't hold her own in the ring with Dana Brooke right now,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
it looked like she was getting ready to like carry a baby. It was just weird.
Yeah, I didn't
like
know
real
Braun and
careful.
Elias. I didn't know about Braun and Elias.
Yeah, because they had to fill that whole time. The thought is that they between what was it the 25th anniversary Raw and all the other stuff, they didn't want to show them a tape segment that hasn't been working out well for them.
Yeah,
especially as the main event.
Yeah,
yeah.
And they play so many commercials and stuff throughout the show anyway.
Yeah. So I guess that was kind of weird that they did a whole dark match for that, but they had to have her there. But why wasn't? I still feel weird that it wasn't on TV. I just feel weird about that.
But
the
package
TV
on
crowd
TV
got
was
the package.
long.
It was a very long package.
It
Yeah,
had
you could
UFC rates as well. They had footage from the UFC actually in there too.
Oh,
You could have put her in instead of the package. The package was really
yeah.
long and boring.
I think, Bomber, part of it is they look at it and it's like, you got Rousey on your TV show. She might not have been in the crowd, but she was on a package. They've done that with Rock before and with Lesnar before. Like, it's the TV audience got to see the person in something new. Doesn't matter if they're in the ring there or not. But it is kind of weird when you have this contract, whatever it is, and you don't actually put her there for the TV. It does seem odd.
Yeah.
But they don't think that way anymore. So
She's training. They realize
It
she
also
wasn't
might just
good.
be that she's not ready because
Mhm.
everyone didn't see that terrible suplex on live television.
yeah.
That
Oh,
too.
and her promos aren't great. So
Yeah, she's.
Yeah.
I feel like she's still getting a little comfortable. I mean, sometimes
I
she
think
looks
in-
decent. Sometimes, a
well,
little
she's
rough.
still
yeah.
having
She's been
trouble
doing
being a
this
fan.
for 2 months.
Yeah.
She has trouble forgetting you're in the professional now. You're in the profession. You're not just a fan. Because
That's
her
true.
promos for UFC were either the taped ones where you have someone sit in a chair and just talk,
That's true.
or like a 1 minute thing about how it's going to be a fight and blah, blah, blah after the weigh-in. That's it. She has no experience with promos aside from Media Day stuff. And it's not like soundbite package WWE promo. She has nothing in that regard. So
That's the problem, is you can tell she's trying to remember. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So once I think she'll be fine once it becomes second nature.
Camera time.
Right? Yeah. I mean, not saying she'll be the world's greatest promo of all time, but I think she'll be.
I
she'll
think
be
no
she'll
Enzo.
find a way to do it enough. Like, not
give
everyone
her-
needs to be that.
Give her 15 years and she'll eventually get as good as Mark Henry. He'll be awesome.
From a lot of on our Jobber Radio Discord channel, a lot of people are in there saying that she's like only going to be there for like less than a year and stuff. But I heard I always
probably.
hear stuff that she's going to be there like full time for a long time. But I don't know. I guess it's
Yeah.
all up in the air.
So she said to the MMA media that they asked her, like, how likely is it to go back to the UFC? And she said, as likely as it is to go back to judo in the Olympics. And when she was doing UFC stuff, they would ask her, how likely is that? And she would say never. So she's committed. It's a lifelong dream she's doing now. Whether or not she's good at it is something else. But the WWE seems happy to have her. They promote her every day on Instagram, for crying out loud. They're happy with the arrangement. They're getting the mainstream press. Right now, everything is good. She might turn out to be a Kurt Angle or a Ken Shamrock or who knows what. So
It's true. I mean,
we'll see.
generally that the transition does work. Not always, but generally. So we'll see.
She's got to stop being a fan a little bit.
Yeah, I think
like,
it's just hard.
It is
right
kind
now.
of cool to see, but the character's supposed to be such a badass. But she's just like loving being there, but then someone wrongs her. Like when she came out and stormed out after Stephanie that one time, that was awesome.
Yeah,
like,
she's got a
like,
good
that's-
like pissed face. Like
Yeah, no,
badass
she's been
face.
great at that. We got to see a little more of that, not just have Ronda talk. Oh, Ronda's part of the roster full time. She's been in the ring like 5 times and
So
puts
all right.
Triple H to the table. Like it's
all right, so let's go to the thing that main evented Raw. It is the one and only. We've been waiting forever since Matt Hardy was in, just when he first came in. The Ultimate Deletion. Okay, first of all, who has something nice to say about Ultimate Deletion? We're going to start with that first. Who has
I've
something
got
nice?
something nice
I
to
do.
say about
All right.
Ultimate
Well,
Deletion.
Yeah, a
Rab
couple of
spoke
us
up
do.
first. Rab, tell us something nice. What did you like about the Ultimate Deletion?
I liked it overall. I thought it was very fun. I thought it was easily the most. So after Ultimate Deletion was the first time I could remember saying in a long time, "Hey, I wonder what's going to happen with Bray Wyatt."
Yeah, true. Very
I can't
true.
remember the
That's a
last
good
time I
point.
cared. I didn't care about this feud at all until we got the Ultimate Deletion. I thought it was fun. I thought it was very, yes, it's been done once on TNA. Sure.
Yeah.
And that's a valid criticism. But also, just CM Punk Summer of Punk was done on in ROH before he came to the WWE.
That is true.
Him coming out to what was that song? I already forgot.
Cult of Personality.
Cult of Personality.
Cult of Personality.
Yeah.
That just because thing's been done somewhere else that people aren't really watching doesn't mean they shouldn't try it again.
Sure.
And but it's a valid it's a valid concern. I get it, because there are people who've seen it, and not just that. The whole hype for this Ultimate Deletion is the fact that there was a final deletion.
Yeah. Now here's my question:
if final deletion hadn't happened, no one would care about Ultimate Deletion.
Okay. Here's my question
for you. No one cared about Broken at all.
You said that you weren't hyped about this feud, but before this happened, were you excited to watch the Ultimate Deletion? Like before?
I mean, yes. Not going into it thinking, okay, this is going to be awesome, but I was curious to see how WWE handled it versus TNA.
Gotcha.
And the answer was basically the same way.
Yeah. No, I heard there was a lot. I mean, again, it's hearsay, but I heard there was a lot of creative freedom. They really let Matt go with it.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it, was that it was the first time with the whole Woken thing that it felt like Matt Hardy was doing a thing and not WWE being like, well, we're this big company with money, so we're going to overproduce it and make it better.
Sure.
Kind of that thing.
Yeah.
So I liked it in that regard, because everything else so far has been like when they break the screen with the effect. But they're doing that a lot. They did it with something else. Whose promo they came out and they had words on the screen?
Oh,
they're doing that all over SmackDown now. Yeah,
that's they're doing that for like almost everybody now.
But it's the worst. But
I don't like the fucking
That's gonna bother me. Who's whatever. But yeah, that's I enjoyed it in that aspect. But I still don't super care about Moke and Matt Hardy in general, or Bray Wyatt.
Did you overall like it?
I wouldn't say I liked it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was the best of like Woken Matt Hardy, but I wasn't a fan of Broken Matt Hardy. So that's where I stand.
All right.
Period.
Well, Scott, you said you had
changing my opinion.
I liked it, but I did not like it. Scott, what'd you like about it?
I liked it. Like I said at the beginning of it, of the episode here, they did it before, and to the point, I know you can do it again. That's fine. You could see what Matt was doing in TNA with the final deletion and delete or decay, and then the Great War and total nonstop apocalypto deletion, everything. He was going to keep going with it, and it was interesting. And then the contracts happened, and we are where we are. So this is kind of like a little reset to be like, hey, remember, this is what we're doing, and now he's going to be able to go from there. You can read the dirt sheets about what they think in this, how Vince thought it would bomb, but he's happy with it now, whatever. I just hope that this works out where they'll be able to be more creative going forward, and they'll be like, all right, Matt, fair enough, that worked, go for it. And personally, the fact that there was a final deletion, and now this ultimate one, it was pretty awesome in my eyes, seeing Bray Wyatt go in, and the WWE ref. It was like, it seemed like a TNA thing, but there's Bray doing his gimmick with the lantern, like, I'm here. Like, what? That's just cool. I like that stuff. And even though I hate some of the hokey shit, it works when it's all hokey. When we're gonna own it and go all the way, sure.
Yes.
Why not?
There was a lot of hokey. There was a lot of hokey.
The fun statistic that I realized, I tweeted this, is that there's been a few places that Raw and Nitro both, like, they shared arenas, obviously, here and there in some cases. But Raw and Impact haven't really done that much. But Matt Hardy's backyard has main evented for Raw and Nitro, or Impact now.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That's
like, you had like the Vanguard one with the little graphic of Matt and everything, it literally was like they just took from TNA and brought it in. And Matt Hardy's backyard has main evented both shows.
I do want to add that I enjoyed it a lot more than the Orton versus Wyatt, whatever match they had last year.
The House of Horrors.
Yeah, this was terrible.
This was like 3. I was gonna say 3 acres.
3 acres. What do you guys think of the little locations? Each time they went somewhere, like the little location name popped up on there. That was pretty interesting.
No, it was fun.
That was literally, we're going to educate the WWE audience to this gimmick that Matt brought over that got him here. This is the reason Matt's here. You haven't seen it for a while. We're going to show you what's up. Like, they had things online, like polls. Who do you want to see? Senior Benjamin? Who's that? That's this guy.
Yep.
They made sure to give the audience every chance to understand what this was, as well as Michael Cole saying this might be shit. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I know Lee will go into that, but
promos,
already Matt's been going on from there. Like, oh, you obsolete mule. Like, let's own it. Let's go all the way. It's fun.
The promos throughout Raw was, a really good example of that. Of like, Vanguard 1 is here.
Yeah.
The promos throughout Raw, just little snippets of like, this is what's up in this world.
Yeah,
is a good example of that. And I agree with something Scott said. The only reason it works at all is because the hokey stuff works when it's all hokey.
Yeah.
And my problem with it being, sorry, Bomber, you can go ahead.
No, you're good. Go for it.
Go. You good.
I was gonna say, like, the problem too with how this kind of worked is that it was, featured throughout the show, and when it's just like it's slammed in the middle of a 3-hour Raw, it gets lost as it's just that weird thing that Matt Hardy's doing, and TNA was the only thing people were watching in TNA.
Yes.
So sometimes in the big scope of WWE, it's easier to get lost. So just wanted to throw that in there.
No, and I agree, because that's what we obviously saw from him in like the Rumble and the 25th Raw and all this stuff. It was like, oh yeah, Matt's doing his gimmick. It doesn't really work right now. Our podcast has been filled with that comment for so long now, and it's like, oh, but if you let him just do it, all right. Now I know some don't like any hokey, and I get that, but it has its place, and it's working for Matt, and it was trending on Twitter for like hours, longer than anything else wrestling related. So
yeah,
they've got something, and they figured it out. Turns out WWE just needs to let Matt do his thing.
Yeah. As far as my thoughts on it, I was in the voice chat on Discord with everybody. Once it came on, I said, you know what? All right, I'm stepping out. I just want to watch this. I don't want to hear everybody talking about it. I just want to watch it and just experience it. And man, I'm really mixed on it. There was moments that were funny. There were like when they did the Scooby-Doo bit in the graveyard, like it's funny and stuff, but if I had to go one way or the other, I would probably lean slightly towards not a fan, but I like a lot of wrestling stuff when it's out of the ring and there's stuff that goes out of the ring and you see more of like an environment, and that was great for this. They went to like that shed. I like the little callbacks to when Orton burned the house down, like the flashbacks. Those were cool, but something about their wrestling when they were like in the warehouse thing, it just seemed, I don't know if the correct word soft, but like it seemed like they weren't really like going at it. I don't know if that's the right word.
Background,
and I would say that was the worst part of all of it was when they were
wrestling,
fighting each other. Yeah, the wrestling was the
wrestling was the worst.
I know. Yeah, it seemed kind of like they were like taking it easy or something like that. I don't know. That's probably not the right way to put it, but
it seemed like stunt work.
Yes.
It also,
I think they were landing on a hard, cold floor, and they knew that they couldn't take a nice back bump. I think
it also comes down to camera work, and when you've got, depending how many, if they sent WWE camera guys or not, it's hard to shoot wrestling proper. I mean, you backyard guys know this. If you shoot the wrong angle, it doesn't look good. They were filming in a backyard. I don't know if they had pro cameramen or not, but if you don't do it right, it doesn't look that good.
I heard the what's her name, Matt Hardy's wife didn't. I mean, not the whole thing, but she actually like shot and edited a whole bunch of stuff.
Cool this was done much like the TNA stuff was. It was pretty much them.
WWE really does not really allow for outside stuff like that to get aired. Yeah, without Kevin Dunn's approval.
Mm-hmm. But there was one person on social media that sounded off in disapproval of the Ultimate Deletion, and that was Lee. I'm not gonna say I was surprised when I saw your comments, Lee.
No, of course not.
No, but
Lee is the main event of this a little bit right now, so let's get out of his way.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of
Lee, the platform is yours.
It's funny because everybody in the Discord loved it, and they saw your tweet and they brought it up. They're like, what? Lee didn't like it. Oh my god! You actually surprised a couple people.
Do they not listen to this show?
I don't know. Obviously,
maybe just spite them.
Maybe
Scott was Lee.
I was gonna say maybe they thought Scott was Lee.
There
that
you go.
Must have been it. Because
so yeah, go for it. What did you think?
Wake up, fucking marks. I'm the guy. I'm Lee. I'm the guy who's usually negative on this hokey bullshit. And this was hokey bullshit, and none of it was fun. None of it interested me. The action was badly choreographed and looked soft and looked fake. It looked like garbage. None of the jokes, if there were jokes in this, landed for me. I didn't care. I'm glad there's people out there who like this stuff. I'm glad that it's given Matt Hardy something to do in the later stages of his career, and it got him over. That's great. Happy for him, because I always thought he deserved to be over. But these are just a couple guys I don't give a fuck about. So that's a blessing in itself, because it's like they're not ruining anything I care about in the WWE. So that's good. Come back when Daniel Bryan is in one of these fucking things, and then maybe I'll complain.
Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, it was just it's not wrestling to me. I can't get behind it. I don't like it. It's not entertaining.
You didn't like the tractor scene where he got on the tractor and started coming towards him?
Fuck off. Right.
No, but I think he summed it up. It's not wrestling to him. He's right. That wasn't wrestling at all.
No, I mean, and I can appreciate Hope.
I disagree with that.
It was it's professional wrestling.
It was
television.
Somewhat wrestling. There was a little bit of wrestling involved.
Television.
It was sports entertainment.
Yeah,
there you go, Peanut.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, this was
somewhere
terrible,
around the world. Vince just smiled.
I mean, it was definitely not catch as catch can,
No, but it was. I'm not going to sit here and try to get really worked up and mad about it, because it's just a waste of time. People obviously loved it. Bully for them. Oh. I'm going to watch the stuff I like, and I
will say, this is the first time that a 3-hour Raw has come. Like there's a reason for it. If a bunch of Raw is taken up by just like weird random shit that most people don't like, but there's still 3 hours of Raw, cool. There's you can see stuff that you like. Usually it's just 3 hours of Raw, a couple things you like, and then a bunch of stuff that no one cares about.
Yeah. No, there was a lot of stuff this show that didn't really matter, but.
And I think a key thing with all this too is like you see people on Twitter like, oh, and this is all dumb, and you're trying to like force your opinion on others. I mean, we never do that. Lee will heel out on people sometimes and will, but no one's trying to say, oh, you're wrong for liking it, but no one's also saying you're wrong for disliking it. But that happens a lot. So
look, I totally get why Lee hates it.
Oh, if
Lee had come out and said, "Oh my God, that was great," like I legitimately would have been worried about him.
Yeah, me too.
He's back on the sauce. I don't know what happened to Lee.
Yeah, I'd be worried about myself as well. I'd hope maybe one of you would have the sense to put me down or something.
Yeah, but one of our fans, Woody, jumped on Twitter and started contacting started tweeting you saying that it was good character development and whatnot.
Yeah, and I said, yeah, it proves that Matt Hardy's character sucks. I mean,
there you go.
It's proof positive that his character sucks and his gimmick sucks. But I mean, hey, whatever. I hope Bray Wyatt never comes back. By the way, I hope he just drowns in the lake and never comes back. That'd be great.
Well, that's the crazy thing about all this is the Lake of Reincarnation, which they absolutely are going with, and Bray Wyatt went missing in it. So now we have to step away from House Hardy and all this stuff, and understand that when Bray Wyatt comes back, however he does, he's been affected by Matt Hardy's magic Lake of Reincarnation and is whatever he is. And that's going to be just a thing that's in WWE now.
Yeah.
What?
IRS.
To be fair,
what?
Undead Wizard guy has been in this thing the whole time.
I know, but he literally went into a lake and he came out and he's not Bray Wyatt anymore. He's whatever he is. Or is he?
Well, supposedly he's still going to be called Bray Wyatt, but he'll
be George Washington or something.
Oh, God. I hate the fact that I'm excited for that, but I am. I'm like, what are you going to do? Where are you going with it? Like I said,
it's the first time in a long time that I've thought to myself, well, what's going to happen with Bray Wyatt now?
Oh, yeah, and don't forget DUI Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I was.
I
was gonna bring that up. What
that
were
was
you guys?
That was shot before he was taken off.
Before he,
yeah.
They could have cut it.
Yeah, that was like a short.
They could have. They could have cut him out of that.
But I mean, I don't think he's that much like in trouble.
I mean, it came out. There was a report today that was like he's training right. He's ready to come back from injury. He's at the performance center, and they don't really care that much about his DUI.
It's Jeff Hardy, whatever.
That's minor compared to like having his house burned down and him being caught with like meth and dead hookers or
Yeah,
whatever the fuck.
If he's
it's
doing weird
baked in.
shit with his brother, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
what,
fine.
but what were your thoughts though that he was kind of like he was brother Nero basically?
Oh yeah,
like
I figured that.
Do you think
I
they're
don't
gonna?
think that-
Matt's been
I
convinced
also
Jeff
assumed
Hardy
he'd
main
come
event
back
is
with
coming. I was convinced he would be brother Nero. Like that's it. Like for now at least.
Yeah, I don't think that gave anything away. As if
you think it was
when he
like
comes back.
you think it was a
He
one
could've
time
been-
just for the
it-
show?
No,
Yeah,
it's a
it could've
Faces
been
of
a-
Holy thing. He can have different personas. They can
Or could
establish.
it have been,
Oh.
Matt Hardy's weird backyard getting in Bray Wyatt's head with the
Yeah,
crazy Jeff Hardy thing.
Don't
Yeah,
don't
Jeff's
bring
like,
in-
I wasn't there.
Don't bring Faces of Foley in with Jeff Hardy because there was that fucking gimmick he had.
Willow.
Willow
Yeah.
Wisp. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
that's
what I mean.
bad.
There, the door is open, or it was. We saw literally the camera went into Bray Wyatt's mind. So there might not have been a Jeff Hardy or not. Jeff Hardy might be like, "Oh, what was like at the Ultimate Deletion, Matt? Oh, it was great. Oh, was it? Like he acts like he wasn't there."
I could also see. I could see them not just splitting, but just not having Jeff be part of it. You know what I mean? Because he makes
No,
money.
I mean,
or he
Matt
does
can do his
both, and it's
thing.
like whatever.
that
if I had
could
to
be cool
guess,
too.
he's gonna just do this for a little bit. Look, eventually people are gonna get bored of this, like they get bored of everything else.
Sure, of course.
But hopefully Matt can change it up and do something with it now that he's got this stable platform of it. Also, to spin all this to WrestleMania, what the hell's Matt doing at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I was about to say, where does he go from here? I mean, I guess Bray can come back and they can keep this going a little bit, I guess, but
Over 1 week. I mean,
They're
that's
not
kinda
going to put
weird.
them into a Mania.
oh no,
match.
I don't
Like,
mean like this.
I
I know,
think,
I don't
like
mean
is he
honestly,
in the
I
Battle
think-
Royal or what? Like it's yeah.
No,
it's going to be a segment.
I
My
think
sister
It's gonna be a-
Abigail's going to win the women's battle royal. That's it.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
Ooh.
No,
I think his
actually,
spot-
there'll probably be some weird segment backstage.
I think his spot in Mania has been deleted. No, get out.
God damn it! God damn it!
God,
I
you
want
had
to take
that
at least
saved
one
all week.
deletion joke.
Yeah, you had that all week. No, it's probably going to be some crazy backstage segment with somebody. Because they'll have the Hall of Famers and they'll have someone else. That's all Matt's going to do this year.
As long as
Yeah, like Ed jokes something will pop up and they'll be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
hey Matt," and then Matt will do his laugh, and then Ed will be like, "Well, that's weird. Let's play kazoos," and then cut to Snoop Dogg and then
and then cut to
God, it's
Ron
gonna happen this
Simmons.
way, too.
Damn!
Yeah, no,
Well,
that's it.
Well,
That's,
if they cut to some subtle joke of him saying he deleted the Mae Young or the Fabulous Moolah of Battle Royal, that would be good.
That would
Yeah,
be
I don't
good.
think they're gonna do that.
That would be great. That would be great. All right, so moving on real quick, we're gonna go to the SmackDown world. Right before SmackDown, well, not right before, a couple hours before SmackDown started, it broke. The news broke. Daniel Bryan has been cleared to compete in the ring again on WWE. The WWE.com or whatever it was, Twitter, whatnot. It went everywhere. Went viral, basically. And
well, WWE did this weird thing. I think where they were like, the Hollywood Reporter first broke the story. Like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
they
they-
didn't.
I don't know.
There's no journalism.
they love to showcase, when other like outlets break stuff. But like with the Hall of Fame stuff, they do that all the time. So
when other outlets mention them is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes them look a little bigger. But anyway, I mean, they're the biggest fucking, I don't know why they worry about it. Anyway, here it is. Yes, we're going to talk about it right here, right now. Daniel Bryan came out and announced he started the show that he's clear to compete. He's clear to compete. And first of all, what are your guys' thoughts? What are your guys' thoughts on, do you think, here's my first question. Do you think they should have announced it in this manner or have something go down and then announce that?
I think
he's
Rab
clear?
can answer this pretty good. I think
Yeah.
Yeah,
go for it.
I mean, my as we spoke about a little bit off the podcast, I get why they announced it this way.
Okay.
Brought in the ratings. I mean,
Did 11-month high in ratings.
it brought in the ratings. Of course, I mean, my phone started blowing up at 3:30 yesterday,
Mine
or
too.
3:30 on Tuesday.
Yep.
Just started exploding from people I didn't even know. Just Daniel Bryan's back. Shit.
Oh, mine was just you guys.
And obviously, our chat was going crazy, and just my phone just started blowing up. And I raced home because I'm working late right now. Raced home to watch SmackDown. I cannot remember the last time I raced home to watch SmackDown
Wow.
or any WWE product at all.
Yeah.
legitimately driving as fast as I can to get home so that I could watch SmackDown.
That does say a lot.
And it was everywhere. It was all over Facebook. It was all over Twitter. It was all over everything. And you know, like Lee just mentioned, it's a 11-month high.
God damn.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, I think storytelling-wise, it would have been better if we hadn't got that first segment. Now, don't get me wrong. That first segment was great. It gave us kind of a closure, you know, comparison to that last segment, you know, 2 years ago where he came out and he announced his retirement. To have that segment and him come out and everyone cheer for him and everyone just be really happy was fantastic. It was a great moment.
It was good. It was a good moment. Yeah.
But storytelling-wise, it didn't need to happen. Storytelling-wise, the best thing would have been to have that same exact segment that closed the show.
Yes.
Just the same exact segment where they go and then they get in a fight and Daniel Bryan actually fights back. And it's not like we wouldn't have all known, holy shit, he's coming back the moment he took the bump, much less the moment he started fighting back and started doing the drop kicks at the turnbuckle and the suplex.
Here's
That's
how
what I was gonna say.
Here's how I feel about it. I think if they wouldn't have announced it, yes, obviously the ratings wouldn't have been a big boost, so that is a big thing. But if they would not have announced it, and he came out in the main event segment, and they went to attack him, and he started fighting back. The moment that happened, that place would have came unglued. Now, when I had to go back and watch because I didn't watch it live, I had to go to sleep. I went back and watched it. The crowd was excited, but they weren't like going crazy. I feel they would have been absolutely going ape shit, balls deep nuts that he was fighting them back for the first time without an announcement. You know what I'm saying?
It would have been one of the biggest moments in the WWE as far as crowd reaction of the last you know, however many years.
Because until that moment, they didn't believe it could happen.
Yeah,
and if you didn't tell them beforehand, the shock would have been just insane.
A show of hands. Who here thought that this was going to happen?
No one.
Which
in the WWE.
Matt Zion didn't.
Yes.
I'll speak for him on that one. He's super excited about this too. So am I. But
I
mean,
I've said it, but I never actually believed it.
We thought it might. There's been rumors, but we never actually thought it would.
I never actually believed it.
Like he was rumored for the Rumble and shit, right?
Yeah, like back with the Miz thing, I thought it has to be leading to something. Obviously, it wasn't, but
it is now.
Well, yeah.
Now it can. I just imagine if Bryan got attacked, the heat from the crowd would have been like, oh god, oh fuck, because no one would know that he's cleared. And then when he fights back, oh my god, is he cleared? And the thought process of people when it was blowing up at 3:30 would be happening live by that crowd.
The Twitter trending would be legit.
Insane, and people would have been tuning in to watch it. Like, you got to turn on Daniel Bryan's back. That would have been happening live in that moment. That does happen still. It would have blown up.
What they should have done for story is let that last segment sit on its own and then not say anything until next Tuesday.
Yeah. And here's what I was saying. I was already rewriting this in my head and in our chat before they went live on SmackDown. I'm like, literally, this is a man whose catchphrase is the word yes. Am I cleared? Well, I wasn't, but now it's a different answer. The answer is yes, yes, yes. And it writes itself. He could have done that. He could have done that next week after he got beat up. Something. Because, like, the storytelling was great. I mean, they got their ratings, it worked, but I feel like we got robbed of an amazing storytelling crowd moment.
Yeah, it's just a difference in the business model these days. I mean, if this was NWA Mid-South Television back in the late 80s, Crockett TV or whatever, they would have done it that way. They would have had this angle go out unannounced.
People would not have been sure.
Years ago, the angle would have gone unannounced.
Yeah. Think about the stuff where, like, Shawn Michaels with his collapse and things like that. Like, they've done that before. But the idea that the crowd, you literally wouldn't understand, like, is he cleared?
It's like that they didn't have faith in, like,
know.
They didn't have faith in the word spreading throughout the week, so that next
I think they had plenty of faith. I just think they wanted the ratings for Tuesday.
Yes.
They spiked
it. That's what I mean.
If they went in there with it being organic.
They wanted the ratings for this past Tuesday.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have got it. They would have. There just would have been no way. They wouldn't have got it this last Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying.
Now the way they see it, is they'll have ratings for last Tuesday, and then they'll have ratings. They're going to have ratings on Tuesday, the go-home show with Daniel Bryan. He's going to say, I'm in this match, or whatever. They're going to have ratings this Tuesday.
Yeah.
This upcoming Tuesday. So now they got the ratings bump for 2 shows.
Yeah.
I get that. Just storytelling, business-wise, it might be the best move. But storytelling-wise, it wasn't.
I think it still works, though, because in a sense, there's this weird mix of kayfabe and reality here where at the end segment where he takes the fucking bump, everyone's still conscious in their head that this is a guy who came back from a concussion problem.
A legit concussion problem. And anything like that, any sort of bump like that, especially a bump on the fucking apron, it's going to be swirling in the back of their heads. You know, what the fuck?
I like how Lee's reaction to it was... I should pull up the direct quote. His thing was like, I hope he doesn't come back and take any powerbomb apron bumps.
Yeah.
What does he do?
Yeah.
That's what he does, the motherfucker.
Now, when he was doing his drop kicks in the corner, he wasn't landing on his head. He landed on his arm.
I could tell he was being safe with that.
First one. And then, then he got excited. From what I understand, they're wanting to test him after every match.
Yeah. It's
going to be super strange. I'm like, fine. If he's good, he's good. If not, fair enough. On Twitter, Seth Rollins even said this is like, to put this in perspective, this is a first in this kind of combative entertainment, sporting, whatever type thing, where this kind of injury has someone return. He's got a point. Like, what if there is something here and there's able to be fixing it and whatnot? Or what if this is all going to end very badly? I know it's already a bad thing to think of this, but that's the beauty of it now in the storytelling, because now he's going against the guy who kicks people in the head and power bombs you. That's his opponent, and the sympathy is glorious. The amount of sympathy he gets by these asshole heels beating on this guy that can't be touched, and that's what it should have been. We shouldn't have known that he could be touched. But
it feels like a WrestleMania main event more than the one we're getting.
I don't know about a main event, but this is definitely the one.
But it's a Mania match.
All of a sudden, I feel like this is a WrestleMania match.
Now, here's the cool part.
There's the heat. Heat's there, baby.
Pointing at the sign,
I disagree.
Pointing at the sign got overdone. Everyone, we all like the joke is there. The point at the sign. Yeah. But when Bryan's like, I don't know when I'll come back, and the crowd is pointing at the sign, chanting WrestleMania, and he's not. I'm like, he made the crowd point.
That was
he even made the good with the camera work. They did it good there in that situation. It was one of the few moments this year.
In like 3 hours, Daniel Bryan going from clear to that made the point good. Like. That was great. The crowd's pointing at it in their yes chant, saying WrestleMania, and he's looking at it.
That was one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Like the whole crowd
and they just did it.
Pointing.
It was immediate, like WrestleMania.
Immediate.
Yeah.
He
didn't bump them.
I really thought he was going to say something, and they were going to be like, "We want to see you now," But even they were like, "No, this is WrestleMania."
Yeah, it just goes to show you that there's a difference there. It's if the crowd is organically picking someone, it's the person they choose, then it's great. If the WWE tells you who you're supposed to be cheering for, it sucks. So if the WWE tells you point to the fucking sign, it sucks. But if the crowd is like, Daniel Bryan, point to the fucking sign, suddenly it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, who here can say they would think that there'd be this giant return in the WWE, and that the crowd that they return to wouldn't say, "I hope you wrestle tonight."
I was like, you're right.
I hope you
was
wrestle
shocked in that
WrestleMania instead.
Yeah. I thought they were all going to cheer tonight too. I was shocked.
I know if he had said tonight, they would have said. But he said, "I don't know when," and they said WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other thing that happened is the Sammy Kevin match for Mania got canceled and pulled off the website and everything, because before this happened, Bryan fired them.
Yeah, he fired them.
That's the other story part. So they beat him up. So obviously there's our tag match with Shane and et cetera, et cetera.
And this is where you lose me in the match. This is where you lose me. They have built this up, I thought, very well. The whole animosity and tension between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. They have built that up so well for several months. For several months, they've been building this up, and I have enjoyed it. And that's why I was the one on the podcast that said that I think that they're going to do this match at WrestleMania. I think that they're going to do it. And by the way, I was going to go back and get the sound bite from when I brought this up already, and everybody was shitting on me, especially Matt Zion. But since he's not here, I'm not going to go back and do that work. So basically, everybody shit on me and said that it wouldn't happen. But now I'm like, oh my God, he's back. It can happen, but now it's not going to happen, probably.
But here's the key part, Bomber. None of us believed it could. We wanted it, but didn't think it was possible.
Sure.
That's the difference. We did like that'll never happen.
Of course, everybody wanted it to happen. Yes.
Yeah. That's
also, I had no. I mean, to be fair, I didn't want to see Shane McMahon versus Daniel Bryan.
No, we just wanted Daniel Bryan.
Don't.
I would love. No, that's what I want. That's what I want.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have taken it.
No, see, that's the match I want. I want Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan. That has a story behind it. This one,
and that can still happen at SummerSlam.
True. Technically,
yes. This one has a story too.
Don't worry. Daniel Bryan can turn on Shane and side with Sammy and Kevin, and it's all part of the plan.
Remember when Daniel Bryan didn't count fast enough and Kevin Owen was mad? So there's history.
They could easily just have this be a big swerve and Daniel Bryan's a heel.
It's not just like they're like, oh, wait, Daniel Bryan's back. We need 2 people to have a match with him. And they just pay. No, this makes sense.
This seemed like they had Sammy and Kevin, but if Daniel got cleared, we got a tag. But let's put this one up. That's
also
fair.
the perfect way to ease him in because
it is.
Look, yes, he is Daniel Bryan, but at the same time,
he's not going to.
He hasn't
himself
wrestled to a live crowd. I mean, I'm sure he's been working out on his own.
He's been training apparently. He's been doing judo and stuff constantly. Maybe not in-ring stuff, but he has been keeping in shape.
But an in-ring match, but it's more than just shape. It's
he's going to get excited and start going crazy. Yeah.
So to give him a match with, where when he's in the ring, he's going to be working with 2 really good guys. Mm-hmm. And he's going to be able to take breaks out of the ring, where he's pausing and he can collect himself.
He's going to be the hot tag. He's going to be doing spots. It's going to be Shane McMahon getting his ass handed to him for most of the match.
It's honestly might be the perfect way to bring him back in.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
You're just salt.
He is a human being as well. Just remember that for a second.
Oh, I know. I'm saying yes. Technically, it would be better on his body to bring him in. Storyline wise, it feels not as genuine as him versus Shane. Now, yes, Sammy and Kevin were there when they were in the middle of the whole Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. Yes, they've been stuck in the middle. They were like the pawns in the middle and stuff. But the whole thing was between Shane and Bryan, and now he said on this past SmackDown he did apologize or say he was right for the first time ever. But that just happened. It's like, wait, all of a sudden you're just gonna wipe all that animosity away, and now officially it hasn't been a tag match, but assume
no, because you're making a lot of jumps that don't exist.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They're not saying it's wiping all the animosity away. It's just
we don't even. Yeah, they never confirmed it.
Literally not even interacted yet.
No, he did say I don't know the exact wording, but basically he said he was right in blah blah blah. He was right to fire you guys. Basically, is the bottom line of what the gist he was saying, which kind of to me. The way I took that as, saying that, sorry, Shane was right. I'm sorry about the stuff that happened.
What are you talking about? Did you watch the segment?
He was upset about what they did to Shane, and that's why he fired them. It wasn't anything prior.
He was saying that Kevin Owens was right, and that Shane came out and even admitted to them that they had been unfair.
Shane's like, I was doing wrong stuff. Yeah.
Shane was the one who admitted the other. At no point in that segment did Daniel Bryan say, no, Shane was right this whole time.
Yeah.
Did I not?
What Daniel Bryan came out and said was, you, Kevin, and Sammy
Kevin Sam
got the win at the end. You got the guy to admit that he was wrong. You got all
that.
That
was hilarious. Yes, that was hilarious, actually.
But that's what the segment was about how the fact that Daniel Bryan didn't want to have to fire them, but he had no choice because even after all that, they attacked Shane and brutalized him.
Yeah, and they could easily spin that back easily with a couple promos that Shane and we fight and we don't always agree.
So is he supposed to be showing sympathy towards Shane now? Is that
no?
No,
No,
gonna
he's
show
literally
to
he's
himself.
reprimanding them for going against an authority figure.
So why would he?
has-
Why would he team up with Shane? Is my question.
Because these guys beat his ass.
Yeah,
Everybody
and
talked at
also,
the same time. I didn't hear a word.
We don't have that match yet. We don't know what SmackDown is yet.
It's
But
because they would team because the enemy of the enemy is my friend, and right now it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn that beat the shit out of him in the ring.
I get that, but the past 6 months, almost 5 months, have been between those two.
Have you ever?
Yeah, but the
watched
past
professional
5 months
wrestling?
between those two, they've been pretending that everything's fine.
Yeah. Have you been watching professional wrestling for any length of time?
This
Bomber?
has been
Yes,
this has been
I
a
have
cold
actually,
war.
believe it or
This
not.
has not been this has been a cold war between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. This
And
has not
that's-
been them fighting, dragging. This whole time they've been acting like they were both just members of Team SmackDown.
Now let's look at
Yeah.
that as well,
Yes.
because this whole time Shane knew that he would never be in a fight with Daniel because it would never happen. Now suddenly that changes. So even though they're together, oh, I could actually fight this guy. Well, we'll get through these two first, and suddenly I'm being kneed in the face.
Yes,
The dynamic can change immediately
Now,
like that.
Yes, there could be a turn in the match. That's always a possibility. But
Well,
No, I
not
don't
just
even
the
mean
turn in
that.
the match.
No, no,
not
not
even
a
necessarily in the
turn.
match. We got SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Like
it's not a
wrestling
turn in the
doesn't
match.
end.
Well, let's fight
it
together.
could for Daniel Bryan.
God, you're hoping, aren't you?
No, I
Fuck.
no,
Of
I
course-
never.
of
no.
course
You
did.
laughed as you said that.
No,
but
I'm saying
God,
it could
you're the
because
worst.
the dude did. He fucking those kicks in the corners that he did were dumb as shit. You have to admit that those were dumb as shit.
he landed on his arms, and then the last one he
I
landed
don't
on
know
his
what you're
head.
talking about.
Yeah, don't know what I'm talking about. You're just gonna play that role.
No, I really don't.
You're crazy.
I don't see the objections, Bomber, because this scenario is so much better
No.
than the idea of Daniel Bryan and Shane in a
I
single
disagree
match
100%.
and-
That is
and
the match.
and Zayn and
that
you want to
makes
see
sense.
Zayn and Owens again? In
I
a
would
match
love to-
one-on-one?
Honestly,
I
I
would never.
kind of do.
I would never not want
Oh,
to see
I-
those guys.
At Mania, yes, I would.
Not in this scenario.
No, I
Not
agree.
in
I
this-
agree.
no,
I agree
no,
with
no.
Rab. I do agree with
Nothing close to
Rab.
fight.
It would be too rushed. Like there needs to be bigger build up. But yes, I would always love to see these guys fight.
I think the tag match is going to be a better match. It has more storyline possibilities. It's much more interesting than what we were expecting. And of course, we were at this point where we weren't even expecting Shane and Daniel Bryan. So
Yeah. No,
You know,
like,
I
like
was
Ryan would have
expecting
been like
those
a special
two just
ref or
one-on-one.
something. Was the rumors? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I will agree with you guys that it is the safest match for Daniel Bryan to come back into. I 100% agree with that.
it's the smartest match business wise.
I also think
So
I
it
also
is the
think
safest,
it's
I agree.
good for the story that's going on right now. I think it's
Yeah.
a better match for the story that's
that
going
I
on
will
right now.
I think-
100%
than all of a sudden
disagree.
going
But
100%
with him
disagree.
being cleared last week, all of a sudden being, oh yeah, now he's going to wrestle Shane McMahon. The build up for him wrestling Shane McMahon isn't there yet.
It's been
It isn't. It's
no, I
The
agree with you.
build-up for
It's
him
not there
wrestling
yet.
Shane
what?
the
no.
build up for him wrestling
See,
Shane McMahon in a month might be there.
No, I agree with you. The tension between them is there, but it's never been towards a match.
yeah.
What?
We want the match, but it
What
can't
we're
happen.
saying-
There is no
Yeah,
match.
the-
But now there can.
All of a sudden,
Oh,
This
turn
whole buildup
that
has
corner.
been looking like a match between the two the entire
But
for
no,
several months.
Stop right there. But we knew it can't happen.
So
But
they
you
haven't,
didn't
they
know.
haven't built to
You
a,
didn't
they
know.
haven't built
That's
to a
exactly-
match.
No, we did know.
They've just
We did know.
had them be annoyed with each other.
No, you thought they couldn't happen. You didn't know.
It couldn't until Tuesday. For fuck's sake, Palmer. It could not until Tuesday.
Well, I thought it would.
You
happen.
have
I
to
did.
You're wrong.
build.
Thought.
Period.
Wait, am I wrong?
I mean, you're
yes,
super wrong,
you
but that's not the
were.
point.
Until Tuesday, you were 100% wrong.
Well, that's not fair.
No, but no,
It is.
that's the point. You're like, oh, they were obviously building towards it. Well, they were hoping, but otherwise it was animosity, special refs, cornering each other. That was it. There was never match level build.
It just seems like a big
Animosity.
tease. It seems like a big tease.
Because we're
It's
not
not a
done
tease,
yet.
it's a build.
We're not done yet. It's going to be
They're
more.
not done. Wrestling doesn't end.
They're gonna
And I
fight
said this is
each
somebody
other.
that it can end for. This is like a person that is
Everyone
on.
can end for.
Well,
We've seen it
not-
time after
oh my God.
time.
Okay, is that
Yeah. That's
Edge
fair.
So you're telling
Edge
me-
was champion one day.
so you're telling
Edge
me
was champion
Roman
one day and
Reigns?
retiring the next.
So you're telling me Roman Reigns has the same chance of this being his last match at WrestleMania than Daniel Bryan?
With Brock
Yes.
Lesnar, 100%.
Okay,
Yeah,
AJ
I-
Styles. AJ Styles.
100%.
That is-
With
AJ
Kurt
Styles
Hawkins,
is in his
100%.
You
40s.
guys are just being
They all
crazy.
could be.
Oh my God, you guys are just being difficult now.
You've wrestled in a backyard. You know what we're talking about.
Well, I mean,
You
No.
know how something can go
We're
wrong.
talking about
and,
the
oh, fuck, now he
concussions.
can't
Yes.
walk.
of course.
Daniel Bryan got cleared by like 4 top doctors that are like saying that he's fine. There's no
Didn't
reason
he get
to be
cleared
scared.
before and came
he's-
back and
Well, the reason
Yeah.
why he was in, I guess the thing was that everyone cleared him but the WWE doctor. That was the only reason
then
that
he got
was
hurt again.
holding him back.
No, not for concussions. He had nothing. It had nothing to do with any of that before, and that's the whole point. These things were not related. His injuries before were not related to the thing that we thought retired him.
Yeah, it was like a nerve thing or something in his shoulder and neck, if I'm correct.
Because these things can just happen.
well, of course,
Yeah.
yes. Anyone can get hurt at any time. That is
But
obviously.
my point, but you just started going back to like, yeah, the clearing before, and then but they had nothing to do with each other. Him getting cleared before for his neck hurting had nothing to do with the concussion thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the build we've seen before with like him and
So
Miz
why
is
does
to
anybody
get
even
Miz
bring
with-
up concussions? Why does anybody even bring up a concussion thing then?
Because that's what he had to get cleared.
Because
for.
that's what he's coming back from now.
now. That's what's been had him out for 2
So then
years.
why wouldn't it matter before?
Because it wasn't the.
Because it wasn't.
He had no
No,
symptoms.
It never happened to him before.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't know. They didn't know before. And the reason, I mean, if he's cleared, obviously they're not that worried about it. Like they're like, okay, he's clear enough to go in and take bumps as long as he's doing it safely. Point being that back when he was wrestling full time before all this shit happened, he was wrestling pretty unsafely. He was doing a lot of stupid shit, and that's
Like
the
he
reason they
did
got
on
him in-
Tuesday. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
Sadly.
worse though, like the Benoit headbutt should not happen by anyone.
It's funny. The whole time
Like-
every time he did that move, I just remember thinking, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
I hate the Benoit headbutt.
Yep.
What worse story do we have to tell than Chris Benoit?
And
Yeah.
we
For
already
you
had
not to do that.
wheelchair bound Dynamite Kid before that,
Yeah.
which was
Well,
a pretty bad end. And then Benoit trumped it, and now Brian's stop doing. No, don't do that headbutt.
We assume he's not going to do that anymore, right? Like we would hope. We would hope to hope.
I don't think they'll let him.
Well,
I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
there-
surprised. He took
he's
a
had
fucking. He took a powerbomb in the ring hammer in his very first day. Like, I mean,
It-
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, it was.
I don't want to
slam his
say
head into the apron.
I don't want to say he's able
True.
to trust Sammy and Kevin enough to take those bumps, but that's probably part of what it is. But I've got to think.
I
in
think
2
a lot of it
years,
too was
he's
they
figured
had
out a
to
way
prove
to
that
ease up
they're
his
not going to
style.
baby him.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's given
Like
them
they-
2
they
years
couldn't
of
come out
don't
and-
worry, do it.
yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think Peanut's right. I mean that kind of does set a point. Like, oh, okay, yeah, he's back.
Like if they just did like a little toss him over the rope, high five, then it's just like, all right, they might be. But that was like a full blown like, no, he's back. Like there's nothing to worry about. So
As
I don't think
safe
anyone's
as
concerned
move
that-
is.
yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, it remains to be
But-
seen.
again, the whole thing with this bomber, the reason I got so frustrated is the build has not been towards a match. It's what we all want, we all hope. And
The build has been
It's
towards a
towards-
feud.
it's been building the other guys. It's for them. When it's authority figures, that's all this is. Suddenly it changes. Well, the whole storyline can change now, and it's not going to end at Mania. As much as Mania is the historic ending of the thing, there's 2 weeks out. The crowd wants them there. This gets to change, and it doesn't mean a heel turn for Bryan or something in the match, but these guys who have hand animosity have bigger animosity with the guys who beat them up. They're going to team up to face them, presumably, and then whatever happens from there, like SmackDown after Mania, they get the win. Everything's happy. We're celebrating. We have unfinished business. Crowd goes, yes, 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 yes. There you go. That's all it takes. Should they go for your one-on-one match? Maybe. But again, business-wise, this is the one to go with right now.
Sure.
With 2
and
weeks.
should they go for that match? Yes, I think they should because they have been building to it, but we're not at the match part of the building. We've just been at the feud and animosity
No.
towards that part of the building. And I think that's the distinction I was trying to make earlier when Bomber just going, "Are you kidding me? Or are you just trying to troll me?"
Yeah. No.
Well,
like,
you're saying some dumb shit. So yeah, I
Well,
want to
what-
say that.
No, no.
How
Think
do
of
you
this way.
think that's dumb?
I don't remember
have
what
they
you were
done-
saying at that point,
What
but
have they done at all in the last 7 months that says they might fight next week?
just the whole tension between
No,
them.
no, Not that they might fight eventually, and not that they might start feuding next week. Not that one might attack each other next week.
I thought it was building towards a match
at
at WrestleMania. I felt it was building towards a match at WrestleMania.
And
that's why
I was trying to save a.
I think if he had been cleared a month ago, you'd be right.
Now that's why I've been getting pissed probably the last month. There has been a complete drop off. That's why I was getting pissed. I was like, well, this is just bullshit. They completely just dropped everything. I thought they were just going to drop everything. That's what it seemed like. Daniel Bryan was gone. People talking about he was at a wedding or something. I don't know. Whatever. Daniel Bryan was gone, and it just seemed like everything just stopped. And it just focused on Kevin, Sammy, and Shane. And I was like, okay, well, I guess it's going to be a triple threat. I don't know why the fuck they just dropped the whole story between Daniel Bryan and Shane. It must be because they're not going to have a match at WrestleMania. And then next thing you know, the goddamn guy's cleared, and now we're looking at a possible, again, unofficial, possible tag team match where he's going to be teaming with the guy that he's been going up against for the past several months.
It's not like we've never seen two guys who don't really like each other.
I was going to say,
because
this builds the next thing.
But it's...
Against
I hate to say it, but it's WrestleMania though. We're talking about what the best match is possible that you want to see.
Is the best match
this
possible.
match is going to be better than the Shane McMahon Daniel Bryan.
I disagree.
No, I don't.
I prefer singles matches as far as storyline.
I like Shane fine, especially more than some of the people.
I don't think it really matters. Like if either of the match, like it's Daniel Bryan returning, so it's going to be looked at as pretty good, pretty great.
Yeah. I was going to compare it. Say that suddenly Daniel Bryan, he comes back and he's like, Miz, I want to fight you. No, we've not been building toward a match. We've been building toward animosity.
Exactly.
Now we got to build toward a match. That's the same as the build with this. That's been not building to a match. That's just been getting Miz over. There's been zero match build on that. There's the hope later, maybe, but it's never been legit. We're going to have a match later. That's what I mean. Having a match suddenly would be too soon. Like, oh god, it's over.
I feel they've built towards a match instead. Like, you don't have to have contact with somebody to build towards a match.
You have to at least say something bad against each other because they have. That's the thing, they haven't. Like I said before, this has been a cold war between them.
Yeah, and it's been amazing, but it's not the proper match build. And I wish wrestling had more just animosity and stuff like that. Not everything has to be a fight right now.
I agree,
but not everything has to be hunky dory either. So I like the possibilities and options here. Suddenly he's back. Oh god, here we go. It's going to get crazy. And they're not rushing into it. And I know I've said this before, Bomber, like should they have the match here or have it later? Like Cena and Reigns should have been a Mania, not a No Mercy match. All this stuff. We've talked about that before. But the big matches happen on the big events. The crowd is like, no, have it at Mania. Not tonight, not next week, but at Mania. That's when you should be there. That's what this feel is. And a Miz match is that level. And
I feel like he could have been facing damn Kurt Hawkins. They would have been that pumped for him to be.
But that would have been a waste.
I was going to throw that out there.
That would have been a fucking waste. Is the point, Bomber? You don't just do anything. You do what matters.
And I feel that's what this match is. Unfortunately, okay. Lee says he's got to go. He's got work. I know we're almost wrapping up anyway, but everybody say goodbye.
As usual, you're wrong, Bomber. Good night.
Okay. Well,
but it's. I mean, all this really means, Bomber, is they had you hook, line, and sinker. There's nothing wrong with that. That means the wrestling got you enraptured and you wanted the match, and here we go. So, I mean, that's fine. And there's nothing negative there at all. They were never earnestly building towards that, and we know that. There's whatever storyline and whatever. He was literally not cleared until Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So they were never building towards
I just don't see anything like you guys want Braun to be in different matches. Why is it not okay for me to want Daniel Bryan in a match? Apparently there's this crazy...
It's not that it's not okay for you to be in a different match. We just think that you're wrong as to what the better match would be.
Yeah, Bummer, you're the most wrong.
And we also think that your idea of what we're building towards is also... Everything you're saying is wrong, basically.
I mean...
It's not, the action,
in your eyes, yes.
Isn't the problem. It's just all the words that go along with it.
No,
they could have... If he was...
It's in the delivery. It's in the delivery.
No.
The delivery.
Bomber,
now I really am just trolling you.
I know you are.
I'm just trying to...
Bomber, I'm with you to an extent of it. If they had turned that corner and had him really going after Fastlane for a few weeks now, of just like animosity and getting shoved and stuff, like that would have been better. But it wasn't. It was more just that cold burn because they really were building towards Kevin versus Sammy with Daniel Bryan somehow as a special ref. That's what the build was. That's all it was. That's all it ever was until suddenly, Bryan can wrestle? fuck yeah, we got 2 weeks. Let's go.
See,
And that's why I said if this had happened,
What if the story? What if the story is
fine. I'm just
Shane
going to keep
McMahon
talking.
comes
I know,
back?
Peanut,
into
goddamn
my
son,
sentence
Peanut,
when
let people finish.
Peanut started talking.
There was a
So
delay.
I'm just gonna keep talking until I know he's no longer talking, and then he's gonna try to keep talking. So I'm just gonna never stop, and I'm just gonna keep going and going and going and going
Until you forgot
and
what you were
going
talking about.
and going, and eventually I'll get to a point.
Yes.
But now is not that time. I'm still just burning time here.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid of Peanut. He scares me. I'm super scared
All
that
right,
I'm gonna start getting into my point, and he's gonna
Good
start talking. And then I'm going to have to once again go through this same thing because I tried twice in a row and he kept going. And I don't trust him. I don't trust Peanut.
I
This is
wouldn't
why
trust
it's
Peanut
been
either.
a year to the day since we've been on a podcast together.
This is a better promo than anything.
But
Rousey
this isn't. I'm just not ready. Like I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
had. You
Like
got that cold burn. It's not a match yet.
it's terrible. Yeah, exactly. I'm building towards something. I'm not quite there. You can feel it coming on
right,
the bottom.
don't
but I
let me
haven't
kick you out of the
quite
goddamn
gotten
call.
there yet.
All right. So,
I heard.
did you have an actual thought, or were you just?
I
rambling?
did have an actual thought that Peanut kept trying to jump on top of,
Yeah. Did
but
you
I don't remember.
I had a feeling you forgot what it was. Peanut, did you
No,
remember
it was
what you
the
were
fact that,
Okay.
like, I would agree with you if we were a month back. If we had more time to Mania, I think they could have built the match.
Oh, no, I agree. That's what I said a minute ago. Like, if that whole time where I said they completely fell off of this, if they would have used that time.
But they didn't know.
They couldn't.
They couldn't have been building towards that because they had to be ready for the case that he
So
didn't get
as
to.
I was trying to say kindly beforehand. Oh, nice. Quite. Yeah, I forgot what I was trying to say before.
So here's the worst scenario, Bomber. They built toward the match Daniel Bryan, but he doesn't get cleared. Now we got to say no Bryan. That's the worst case scenario. That's what they avoid.
Now I remember, I think. What
Okay.
if the scenario is Shane comes out and says, as the commissioner, or whatever his actual title
He
is.
retired. He quit as the commissioner. He gave it
Did
up.
he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah.
my.
But then he got attacked, so maybe they
Well,
reinstate.
yeah. I don't, yeah.
Well, my thing was maybe he says, well, Daniel Bryan, you're not allowed to wrestle on my watch. And
Oh.
then, you know
Brian's
what I
like,
mean?
no, fight me.
Yeah.
Well, see, the bottom
You're not
line.
allowed to fight. Well, how about if we fight? No, didn't I just? You heard me. I said no
So,
fighting for
my
you.
final
No,
thoughts
but
on
maybe us fighting.
This is why I'm not in the writers' room for WWE.
Yeah, I think that's
But
why none of
honestly-
us are in the writers' room.
If that happened and Shane McMahon came out like, I'm not allowing Daniel Bryan to compete, the crowd kills him. Bryan comes out. Hell no, I'm going to fight you then. And they have a Mania match.
Yeah.
I still think you
that
need 2
would be
weeks for
enough.
that.
It would suck, and I want it differently. But
I
I'd be
keep
like,
forgetting
that's
that Mania is like 3 weeks?
3
Like
weeks.
it's,
Or 2.5.
Yeah.
I think.
It's tomorrow-ish. The
Yeah, we-
kickoff
we
show
have-
has been going for a week and a half. There's like so many hours of it.
Yeah, we have.
We've
have
only
they
got
announced the start time yet? I'm kind of
We've
nervous.
got
now.
four
Last
four
Monday.
main shows.
What is that? How long? Oh, I was gonna say, did they announce the start time for WrestleMania?
They
It's
did,
like-
didn't they? Didn't they say 7 o'clock?
Yeah,
Mhm.
special start time, 7:00.
Is
That's
that
for the
the
main
pre-show?
show.
I was
No,
like
the pre-show is
no,
2
that's-
hours before that. That's 5.
So that's at 5.
Actually, I heard it was going to be 4:30, but
Oh Jesus
either
Christ!
way,
you're
I may
probably
be wrong.
right.
I may be wrong,
I
but
forget
I would
NXT
believe
the
it.
night before. Yeah.
yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, 'cause
I
remember
would
there's
believe-
2 battle royals, so. But I don't know. As I was saying, the last thing I wanted to say about it was I think to me it is very equivalent of Daniel Bryan's story and Braun's story as far as going into WrestleMania. I feel like they kind of threw the match together when they had other plans going, because they had Braun. They were like, oh, well, maybe something might happen with Reigns. We're just going to hold off. And then they just had to throw something in. And I feel like they were waiting on Bryan, like maybe he might get cleared. We got to hold off. And then now they're throwing him in a tag match. So,
Well, you're right, 100% on that one, because
Yeah.
they didn't know, and then they had to throw it in
Yeah.
like,
So
oh,
I
we're
feel
doing
like-
the tag.
I feel like both guys.
but the point
They
is-
had 2 concurrent
suffering.
plans, and they were able to go with the other one. And you're
But
right.
the point
maybe
is they
suffered
did
from it.
hold off.
Fair enough. But they
Yes.
did.
Which is why if saying right now, no, he's fighting Shane, we're not ready for it because they did hold off.
yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine if they announced he's fighting Shane McMahon 2 weeks ago, and then suddenly now they're like, no, it's not happening after all. Fuck. That would be so negative and like backlash against them. Sure, it's for the safety of the performer, but you promised me Daniel Bryan, you son of a bitch. You took him away. That's you avoid that. So
it's interesting.
But Braun is literally just in case his plan B for Roman, which turned out to be a complete bust because that article video thing was no, it's pure implications and shitty ones at that.
Both things ended up working out great for WWE. Actually, both cases, both people are coming back. So, well, Braun's always there, but you know what I mean. Or Roman got. But fight, so.
You were right. They did throw him into a match because they literally had 2 weeks to throw him into a match. They had both plans. I would like to think, I'm probably wrong, but I would like to think a company of this size with a goddamn writing team had Plan A and Plan B. And when Plan B was able to be done, oh, sweet, that's the better plan. That's the one we want. We're going to go with that one. And they went down that road. If it happened earlier, maybe you get the Shane match. But it only happened now.
Yeah.
That's the problems. It is some of the limitations of it. So, I mean, last year I was complaining when AJ versus Shane was announced on the SmackDown prior. Here we go again. Cena versus Taker's probably get announced on the Raw prior.
Yeah, but I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens at WrestleMania. No joke. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes all the way to WrestleMania. Cena comes out. There's still no answer. You know what? Fuck you, Undertaker, and boom, he finally comes. I would not be surprised if that happened.
I still feel like it's going to be like a 5-minute match anyway.
Oh, yeah. Here's why I agree with you on that. He's not on the promotional material at all. Normally, Taker's on there somewhere because there's Undertaker. He's not on it anywhere.
That's true. I've been staring at this poster for since we started the podcast.
He's not on it.
Yeah,
he's not been on it since they've done the group ones in forever.
You know who's in the very back of this poster? Just take
Slater.
one guess. He's not on the poster. Sorry,
Daniel Bryan.
No, Daniel Bryan is also not on the poster.
Yeah, but then again,
Braun Strowman.
Cleared yet.
The answer is Braun Strowman in the back.
Yeah, they shoved him in there.
Yeah.
I think they've learned they got something with Braun, but they got to finish their plans first, and then the Braun show starts in April.
He's right behind right beside the Usos.
Yeah, their promotional stuff has New Day and Braun as the also on things for Raw and SmackDown.
But,
so yeah,
I mean, I think that's pretty good for this episode. I mean, the other stuff that happened on SmackDown,
there was other stuff.
I mean, kind of
pretty much.
Yeah, it's
Carmella didn't cash in. She tried to, but failed, and she got to keep it.
Yeah, a lot of people are still talking it's getting to the point where it's all right, goddamn,
Yeah.
They're gonna.
What is it? July? Is that when she has still, or is that too June?
June. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying she's gonna come out at WrestleMania, but I mean, we'll see. We'll bring that up.
The Bludgeon Brothers, they still have hammers.
If she does, I think she'll come out against the Raw title. I don't even know if that's allowed, but she might just do it anyway.
Yeah, it probably is because it doesn't say she can't, and so I could see that.
But the briefcase is blue.
No, it's not. It's white. Briefcase is white.
White.
God damn it, Peanut.
Oh, the logo is blue.
For a second, I was like, is it?
Yeah, no, it's a white briefcase. But anyway.
Yeah, so I don't know what the rules are.
I got one more thing for you, Bomber. Mark Henry's in the Hall of Fame.
The rules are whatever they want him to be at the time, so it really doesn't matter.
That's true.
Yeah,
they have a rule book.
You know what?
Yeah,
they did that because Edge had the Hall of Fame the Money in the Bank for the longest time for the World Champion. That's the first one, and then suddenly he could cash in on the other one anyway. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he cashed in on Cena. So whatever, they could just make that up.
Let's close out on the final topic of being Mark Henry.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go out there and say it. I'm not too big on this happening this year. Anybody else?
I kind of agree.
Do you mean he should wait for another year?
I think he should. I think it's too soon to be in. And again, he had a good career. I think down the road we'll probably see that his career was better than it was.
It was a weird promo.
Yeah.
The promo they played because it was he did all this stuff in 1999, and then it's but in 2011. I mean, 2011. I was like, wait, what happened in between?
It's weird because I
know what happened.
For him going in, but it seems like how they induct Boss Man or Rick Rude. No, I don't mean dead guys, but later on, it's we'll also throw in this guy. It seems like he'd be that guy in a few years, not right now. It's okay. That's odd to me.
Here's the bottom line, I feel. And this is, of course, I've always harped on this shit with the Hall of Fames, which is why the Hall of Fames always piss me off.
And, know exactly what to say when you say it.
Yep. They're fucking meeting their quota, man. And it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Well, not because they have
their quota. Their quota for what?
African American. I mean, Devon's going in, but he's going in as a tag member.
A Southern motherfucker.
No, I knew. I already knew you were going to say something.
That's not what I thought. I thought you were going to say they need to have a
See,
period.
I'm like, I knew what he meant, but I also knew Scott did not.
No,
I didn't.
this is because it's bullshit.
They need to stop talking. They need to do the thing where they wait. Is what I thought you were going to say. Like, oh, it's too soon for him to go in. Because we talked about Undertaker should go in like right now and stuff. And I agree there should be a period of waiting, but there isn't. So that's fine. To be fair, Bam Bam Bigelow was going to go in this year, but they're going to wait because they're going to Jersey next year. So he's going to go in then. That's the kind of way this place operates. And Vader's not going in yet at all, ever.
Okay, so here's my question: Why Mark Henry before
Vader's
them?
Heart surgery and shit. I don't know if he can fly.
Yeah, that's fair. So.
No,
well, you were going to say Bomber.
Both of those things. Well, first of all, I'm not so mad. I am mad that the time frame wise, as far as he's not been retired for that long. But I mean, like he hasn't. When's the last time he wrestled? Like 3 years, 2 years, 4?
Last year at the Rumble.
Braun took him out.
Oh, fucking.
I thought it was at the Rumble.
No, he was.
That's right. Like I didn't know he officially retired. I thought he was just kind of like
he wasn't official. It wasn't
retired
official.
last month or something.
Yeah, no, he and Big Show just kind of stopped.
At least he retired.
I just thought he was like running out his contract kind of thing, and then they'll bring him in. But I guess he officially.
He really is like Hillbilly Jim, where he was a company man forever and ever. And Bomber, to your credit, he is a black guy that won the world title. There's only like 5 of them, so there's that.
No, that is a great accomplishment.
Not discrediting. It is a thing. Like not many have, so that's a legit thing. But his WWE career, aside from being company guy, he's not done much.
But that's
but we've established that we've got no problem with bringing in company guys.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with him going in. It's just kind of weird, like, oh, already? Oh, okay.
The combination of that and having to meet the quota, it seems like, you know what?
There was no black guy in 2015.
Exactly. 2015?
2015. That was 3 years ago.
Where's the 3 years ago? 2015. Is this true?
There was no one black. No,
I don't know where this quota thing is coming.
I love how you ask me. I'm looking.
The quota thing has always been a known thing.
There were no black people in 2014.
2015 Hall.
Rikishi went in.
Rikishi's not black.
He's Samoan.
I'm saying, like Rikishi, Zbyszko.
Well, okay.
Alundra,
a lot of the stuff. Okay,
yeah, good. Yeah.
I will say.
So basically, you're talking about the quota that they've only met the last 2.
Yeah, because Godfather and Jacqueline.
When I say quota,
and then Teddy Long.
Let's just say,
and then Teddy Long,
not necessarily African American, but I guess of different
or maybe you're just making something up that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No, this shit has existed. It's always been like that. They have to get somebody in there that's not a white guy.
It's always been like that.
He just told you 2 years ago.
I'm just telling you.
Who went in 2 years ago? Who went in 2 years ago? Rikishi get in?
Before that, we've done
did. He's Samoan.
Exactly.
People.
Rikishi is not.
Nobody said Rikishi's black.
Rikishi?
No, but you're saying he's not white. Is your thing? That's the quota. The non-white guy.
Nobody said Rikishi's black.
That's not your thing anymore.
Rikishi is not part. Your whole thing was about we need to have a black guy.
Well, I didn't. I said.
Yeah, no, and you were wrong. That's the whole point.
I thought it usually went that route, but yes, it ended up. It's brothers. Always something that. What did you say, Peanut? Brothers.
Brothers.
Here's the part that is a little worrying. He's kind of right otherwise.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
No, what are you talking about?
I didn't make this up. This is a thing.
Oh, here we go. 2004, Junkyard Dog. 2005, got nobody. Hogan went in though. He's
okay, so it's the opposite. They
2006, Tony Atlas. 2007, there's nobody in there.
Where are you seeing
nobody
this
there?
List,
the Sheik, Wild Samoans, Mr. Fuji. No. Dusty Rhodes, he's kind of black.
The Wild Samoans.
Rock's dad and father.
Who's kind of black?
2009.
Dusty Rhodes. To be fair, I'll allow Dusty Rhodes to be counted.
I'm not wrong. 2009, Coco Beware. 2010, nope. We got nobody there. 2011, Abdullah. 2012, Ron Simmons and Mike Tyson. 2013, Booker T. 2014, Mr. T. That was interesting. 2015, nope.
Okay.
So what you're saying is about
Godfather,
half the time.
Jacqueline, Snoop
No,
Dogg.
more than half the time.
No, we're doing it right now. We're literally doing it.
2017,
it's basically every other
Teddy
one.
Long,
la la la. I can't hear you.
We're doing it right now. It's basically every other one. There's one black guy and 8 white dudes. How many black wrestlers do you think there are?
Can we just say a different ethnicity that's not a black guy?
No.
So because if we went that way, it would be 100% correct then.
Yes, because most.
Well, there's already Devon.
Out of
So
when you're
why is Mark
inducting
Henry the quota?
10 people.
I was saying because there's always a quota of a tag team. There's always
when you're
a tag
inducting
team.
10 people every year,
Which is stupid.
they're not all going to come out white because not all people are white.
Wait, are you trying
That's not
to?
hitting
Wait,
a
no,
quota.
are you spinning around where I'm saying? Wait, are you spinning
Really
this around?
weird. It'd be really weird if there were no people who weren't white. It'd just be really weird. You'd have to be doing it on purpose. Because there are so many people who aren't white, and you're inducting so many people.
Are you? Okay, it sounds
As
like
the only
you're
not white person here.
Yeah, it sounds like you're making it sound like I'm saying that
No.
there should only be white people. That's how it kind of sounded.
I don't think you're saying that at all. I don't think you're saying. Let me be on the record. I don't think Bomber's being racist.
Good.
I don't,
because I'm not 100%.
I want to be on the record to make sure everyone gets that I'm not calling, my boy here racist.
Good.
I also want to make sure people want, just to reiterate, that Rab is not Mexican. I just want to throw that out there.
Well,
I am not.
You tell the comment section that because they don't believe.
So yeah, exactly. The only thing you've done is made sure people call me racist. I mean,
Me?
people call me. The only thing you've done is make sure people call me Mexican. That's the only thing you did. Thank you, Peanut.
Yeah, but there was also a Japanese guy. That went in
my
that
point
year,
is,
but, yeah.
There are so many people inducted that the odds are there are going to be someone that is not white.
Every single year.
Yes, it'd be super weird if there weren't. There are so many people who aren't white that to have a bunch of years in a row where everyone is white, you'd have to be doing it on purpose.
But
I will say, Bomber, I know what you're saying. They always do a tag team. They always do a celebrity. They always do a woman. They usually do a manager. I get that.
I don't think the thing is I don't think
they do that.
They have a
but
quota.
not
look when
the
they
other
induct a
part.
black guy, they definitely do point to the fact that it's a black guy. I'm not saying they don't.
And
But they
don't think
they
I'm
don't
making
point-
this up. This is not
But they
something
don't
I
point
made
to
up.
Rikishi, but they don't point to Rikishi to be like, this. Look at this guy who's not white and somehow persevered.
Now, to be fair to Bomber for other races, Tatsumi Fujinami did go in that same year.
Yeah, but they don't point. They didn't.
But
point
he
to
was an
look,
international
We got the colored
inductee.
guy. I hope you guys feel okay about it.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
you
they
go.
do an international one.
I just don't think it. I just don't think it's a thing.
Maybe it's not a thing. Maybe it just happens to end up that way. It's possible that it just happens to end up that way. That's possible. But it just the Mark Henry going in, it seems rushed. It doesn't seem there's always more people that are deserving to go in over other people. There's way more people that should go in over Hillbilly Jim and stuff. But it just seems like it feels like they're saying, "All right, we need to get our guy in there." That's what I'm saying. It just feels wrong.
Our
But they're gonna need. They're gonna
black
need.
guy? Is that what you're
some
saying?
black-
Or,
Yes.
I feel like they add too many people each year. I think that's
Well, that's
He's
always
saying
been
black
an
guy.
issue. Always
Yeah.
been an issue. Yes.
Yeah.
Always been an issue. Too many people going. Always. Always.
I would like to know is it always a consistent amount? Is it always 10?
Roughly.
it's close.
It's always
Yeah.
like over 8 or over almost.
It's like a modern guy, an older guy, a tag team, a celebrity, the Connor Award thing. There's like 5 or 6, then like another guy and a mid card guy. So yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just
How many
feels
are there this year? This year there's a bunch.
there's like
They've been
there's
announcing
like
them
10.
forever.
Also, we don't need Mark Henry because we have Devon,
No.
who is black.
Yes,
got away
that
from
is
this.
true, but he's
As
also
Bomber
a
said,
tag team though.
he's a tag team,
He's
yeah.
meeting the tag team quota.
Yeah, but you never heard of a twofer?
Oh my God! See, now that's racist. But
Yeah, that's fine because I'm
that's right.
not
you can,
white.
You
so I
can say those things. You
Almost
can-
anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Rap
They
can
usually
be
do
racist.
There's a
looks like
hierarchy.
7
There's
or
a-
8.
And we still got 2 weeks.
I think this
No,
is
they-
it. I think this is
They
it.
have said Mark Henry's the last one.
Thank God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's Goldberg,
'Cause
Dudley's, Ivory, Jeff Jarrett, Hillbilly Jim, Mark Henry. Well, there's the Warrior Award kid, and there's probably going to be some other award thing or whatever if they do something else. But yeah,
and,
that's
and
the-
remember, Macho Man went in and he wasn't even the headline, which is fucking stupid. In 2015,
Who was the headline?
Kevin
I don't
Nash.
remember that. Oh,
why,
yep.
why
Yeah,
is that?
'cause
Why is that
he was alive.
stupid?
Because Macho Man was way above all these
No,
fucking
you're
guys.
right.
Yeah, but he
100%.
wasn't. But he wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But when they're dead, it makes sense. Not
When they're dead, I'd agree with you.
Oh,
if he
that's
was
the
alive.
other. This time it didn't really have. Wait, none of these people are dead this year, right? I don't have the list in front of me because usually there's usually a fucking dead quota too. That's what I'm saying. This time it must not have worked out unless they're planning on somebody dying.
We need to send Bomber back the
The
statistics.
worst part
class.
is, yeah, Rick Rude, Big Boss Man.
That's
Nothing 2015.
because
Well, Savage.
so many people have died.
That is true in the wrestling world. In the wrestling world, I'll give you that one.
My point is,
2013 they were all alive.
This is just what our data set looks like.
2012 they were all alive.
I'm just saying, this has been brought
2011 they
up.
were all alive.
A lot of people were bringing this up, and
Yes,
I kinda
racist.
agree.
Who are these
No,
people?
it's not racist. It's not. It's not.
What a
It's
great
against
argument.
quotas. Period.
I
feel like
okay.
sometimes there should be more than one tag team that goes in. I feel like the Rock and Roll Express should have went in with the Midnight Express the same year because that would have been a fucking great thing. Those guys are together, but like, oh, we only can have one team in. We got to meet our fucking quota. It sucks that it's pigeonholed into a quota.
I believe that part of it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the
I don't
other
know
Hall of
about
Fames
the dead people
do
in
the
the
same
race thing.
too.
I-
Yeah, no, other Hall of Fames do that same thing where it's like from different eras. Like I know the Boxing Hall of Fames have the television era and the
And I know
modern
we're
era
arguing over
and
like a
stuff
fake
that.
Hall of Fame, but
The
Still.
baseball Hall of Fame does the same thing. They have
Yeah,
the
no,
veteran
that is
committee,
how
have the
they
different
work.
that's
eras.
voted in though.
Yeah.
That's different. That's not a.
But that's literally what we're talking about. They have a tag team wing or a celebrity wing. They're doing the same thing.
Yes. I know there's wings. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same idea.
Well,
There's a
why
tag
can't
team-
you have
what-
two tag teams going into the wing at the same time?
And also, they should have a black people wing. You know, that way people can't complain. No, this is for the black people wing. It's not the same. It's a separate wing, but it's equal.
I don't agree with that. I know you're joking, but
Jesus
I don't
Christ,
think he
he's
is.
joking.
I think
Absolutely.
I think he's serious.
Yeah, I think the separate but equal might have really. I hope that really pushed it in.
I
The fact that this is a joke.
don't. I
By
don't
By the
know.
way, can we talk real quick about how
disagree
I
with
still
that. That
don't
was our
care
closing
about
thing.
Nakamura versus AJ?
No. We'll
We
bring
didn't
that
even
up
get-
on the next
yeah.
episode. We'll
We
bring
didn't
that up
get
on the
there.
next episode. I know we didn't get there. We had to talk about Mark
I
Henry.
just don't care.
All right.
We
Well,
spent so much time.
I know. We'll be back next week, so we will talk about all that next week. There's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what the news next week's gonna be. It feels like everything broke this week, so
It will be all the stuff we
that's how news
couldn't
works.
talk about.
it may be Undertaker. Maybe Undertaker. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, we definitely went long. We need to get out of here because we're gonna be back next week. Yeah, that's it. I'm closing this thing out. No Nakamura talk. Done. We'll do it next week. Bye, guys.
Separate but equal.